Lads, lasses, I am pissed. I'm on season 6 of Deep Space Nine, and I just watched episode 4, and the Cardassian and Dominion alliance is winning the war against the Federation. It's this season is wow, it's really something because it's changed from the episodic format of Star Trek to like a serialized TV show where like each episode is continued and has a wider story arc, and every single episode is integral to that story. And the crew is separated, and we've already had some like episode 2. I loved Cisco on this deserted planet going up against some Jem'Hadar. Um, that was great, but what the episode that I'm talking about is, I think I just mentioned it, was episode 5, and Kira Nerys has finally sort of realized that she's become like an apologist. I think the word is when you sort of like just go with the flow with the occupation of an enemy force in your land or in your territory region or wherever you live. And she's old school. She's a rebel. She's a rebel at heart. That's how we got introduced to her. That's how her character has been like a flame this whole time. She's quite fiery when she needs to be, and she's very brave. And her roots are being a rebel because she had to fight against this occupation of the Cardassians for many years as a child. Anyway, she finally sort of saw the error in her ways of being very like friendly and placid with her occupiers, the people that are like have beat her people out. So she's taken a stand, and she's got this little rebel group going on made up of Jake, Nog, Odo. But Odo is really screwed the pooch. He's messed up big time. Now Odo is not even my favorite character, and now he's at the bottom of the barrel. What he done, like, I mean, by the end of the wrap up, by the end of the episode, I understand what's happening. He's being not necessarily coerced and subdued in the black and white sense, but he's so terribly emotionally linked to his people, the changelings, the founders, that like when one comes on board, he just can't resist being attached to her, and like feeling like he has some sort of place in the galaxy other than with the solids, the main characters. But that has absolutely screwed with one of the this new rebel faction's plot for Nog. Very, very smart but silly, goofy, lovable Ferengi. He's gonna go inside like the maintenance hatch, and he's gonna do something or other to stop one of the to stop a new Cardassian plan. It's going to destroy the minefield, which will enable more thousands of Jem'Hadar ships to come through into our quadrant. And I say our quadrant, the quadrant that the Deep Space Nine is in, and attack. Definitely win the war with all those ships. And Kira Nerys has readied it up for 0800 hours, and there Odo is. I think they call it. It's not the Great Link, but he's like merging with this woman that is part of his race, and like they sort of like sense each other's inhibitions and fallibilities, and they sort of like connect on a deeper way, more than like with dialogue, what the English language can do. He's doing that at particularly the worst time ever, 0800 hours. Kira Nerys is losing her, pulling her hair out. Nog gets arrested. It's all gone to pot. I was saying to myself watching that episode before he did that, because he asked her earlier in the episode, "Do you question my loyalty, Kira Nerys?" And I was screaming at the television screen, "Of course. She's not going to say it, but yes, I do. Your heart's not in it. Kira's heart wasn't in it a couple episodes ago, and now she is. And you're sitting there in rebel meetings, not really on board, mate. And I'm not on board with you. Sorry." But yeah, man, I'm so invested in this show, like heavily. And Odo's really like upset me tonight. So can't wait to see where this season goes. Sisko's been taken off of captaincy duties, which is always weird in like hierarchies, isn't it? In like businesses, in organizations, in armies, where we have a man that like the people in higher positions that make like shot callers, they see him as someone who can benefit them in a different way rather than being a captain of the ship. But yet he's so attached to being a captain and being with his crew that he would rather do that. It's the whole Kirk thing again, and Picard thing. It's just, yeah, I'm not going to get into that now, but it's interesting that we have someone that's so invested in being in a position, yet they're people who see his value is elsewhere in Starfleet. It's just funny, that, isn't it? We'll see how that goes as well. But yeah, Deep Space Nine people.